Don't put signs there yet.
Oh my god, what happened here?
Oh my
If they were
god.
smart, they would just stand on the ladder and do F5 and read everything.
Yeah.
Oh, Electroid's back. Electroid, what are you doing?
I actually didn't see anything.
What the crap, Electroid?
No!
Why you just put like 20 million
What?
anvils in the sky?
Because he felt like it. Why not?
Electroid's
Is it our
trying
challenge to
grief
clean
us.
that up?
Electroid's trying to grief us. I'm Electroid. I winner.
It's the reason he asked for op. He's gonna light
Guys,
everything on fire
guys,
with
come here.
TNT.
These
Guys,
are
come
our
here.
secret signs.
Guys, come here.
Yeah?
You gotta do this. Come here. Deep, come look at me.
Uh-huh.
Where'd you go?
Look, I'm gonna show you an example sign. And then, wait, hold on.
The suspense is too much.
The last sign has to look like that, okay? Have like that little squiggly thing. It's you hold shift and press the button
Oh,
to the
yeah.
left of one key, and then write your name, okay? Do that, alright?
What? What? Oh, I know how to
The
do
challenge is define to me what overcast network means to you.
Clouds.
It means
That's
to me, Shrek.
Hack.
Shrek
Better
is
than
love.
real life.
I'm
What's
waiting
IRL?
for
That's too philosophical for
I'm
me.
waiting for serious questions, serious
Answer.
answers. Is in the fact to what do you think our servers represent to you? What niche of Minecraft? What would you like it to see go into? What do you think the arcade will be
I want it to
successful
be.
for it?
I want it to be innovative,
fun,
new,
mini
and fun
PvP
with
service.
PvP actually included. That's what I think it means.
I just want
So-
there to be an arcade.
I want to be able to
You don't
pay
want-
money.
You don't
I wanna
want
be
a
able
bunch
to-
of people running around going hide and go seek. You want innovative, new, and creative ways to bring PvP into a small, fun, and nice atmosphere.
I want to be able to pay.
Wait, no, guys, wait. I think he was asking me the question because I was the one that said it. So let me finish. Thank you.
My name doesn't fit.
I have an
Electroid.
idea.
Like, I myself don't. I mean, I said I was PvP oriented, but it really is. That's not the main part to it. As long as like player versus player, so it doesn't have to
Do
be
you
like
think
fighting, but.
Do you think that having a party system would simply be enough to cater the needs of an arcade? As in,
Yes.
if we just had like a party system where, I mean, this hasn't been discussed or anything, this is my own idea, that let's say, I don't know, like Ducks could create a party and anyone could join. Honestly, don't know. Or I'm just gonna say for the theoretical, anyone can create a party and anyone can join one. And when you do, your friends are just, teleported to wherever you go. PGM does the best it can to put you on the same team, but if it can't, then it tries to put you in two separate teams.
Yes, sir.
For a 4-team map or whatever like that.
Is
Do
this
you think that this would be successful in itself, that even if there literally was no arcade, you all would still love it?
Party system?
No, I would not.
No, only with the arcade.
I want to be able to pay for moderator.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry. Well, can you give me a summary of what you just said? I was focusing on something else. I'm being
He
serious.
was-
What was
He
you
was, he
saying?
was
He
asking.
was talking about
he's asking
paying for.
if there were parties, like someone could make a party and then anyone else could join it, would he be satisfied if no arcade was made, which is highly unlikely, but
So like,
The community would riot, I think.
Yeah, it would be like forum spam everywhere.
It's been like 6 months since arcade.
Like-
announced. Oh, it looks like
there
we're
should
not
be
doing
an arcade.
People
I
are
think-
already upset that it hasn't come out yet, even though
Yeah,
everyone's
the
working
games-
really hard on it.
People say it's not gonna be fun, but I've tested almost probably all the game modes so far, and they're fun.
Yeah, I think, and it's not like, oh, hide and seek, oh, do this, oh, it's not like what you see on every single server. It's actually something different.
It's remarkable.
Oh my god, they would never
Okay.
run out of
The
hunger.
thing is, about other game
Just
modes
get
on
back
other
here.
servers, is the fact that the game mode is the exact same. They have like
I
they
wanna
probably just
I wanna
have.
comment on one thing about the Mineplex and all the other arcades. They're described in a couple words: rushed, underdeveloped. They are not they're not quality. They focus on gimmicks.
High
They
pixel
don't
cough
cultivate
donator.
creativity. They don't cultivate innovation. Yes, they are. Um, and I
Preach it.
think now I have to admit there are some games that I have seen from other servers that are innovative and they are cool. However, that is definitely not the proponent of the majority.
The thing is about I'm gonna summarize why I like PGM more than any other server so far. So
Now
on others,
you can't just say that OC.
Ignore.
you
And now
can
he's
go
just
ahead,
quiet.
go for it. Do you want me to go or do you want to say?
Now you can go.
Alright, so one thing about like PGM is that if you go on another server, you play the game, they probably literally use the same plugin for every single map. It's probably everything's all hard coded. They maybe a few config options for like spawns and like different chests and whatnot. But in reality,
Yeah.
all the maps are the same thing over and over and over again.
Like they
But
just took a plug-in from like Bucket, and then they just put a few numbers in, and ta-da, they have a map.
hmm And the thing I like about PGM is XML, because you can like, there's so many creations of just, you just add a module and bam, there's like 20 new maps based on this module, and they're completely unique in their own ways, like Boombox, for example.
I would not deem that statement fair in the biasness of OCN. There are a lot of maps that do counter copy a lot of other maps.
Yeah, true.
For instance, a majority of the CTW maps do copy early CTW maps, such as Golden, Drown, Race, Victory, and some of them do it beautifully. Some of them combine the ideas and create their own. However, there are a lot of them that simply repeat the same thing. Now, a lot of the modern map making has been focusing on innovation, and this is a good focus. However, there is a new focus to be made, not only to innovate our existing game modes, but to create new ones and allow people to innovate upon them. One of the interesting things about Prime, and what I suspect in the next couple of months, as the amount of TNT maps will increase exponentially. And yes, there will be a lot of maps that are similar to Cosine, similar to Boombox, similar to Data Center, but there will be the couple of remarkable ones that are new, that are innovative, and that get added to rotations and become the new creators, inspirers of innovation. So ultimately, there will be a lot of repeats, but ultimately there will be the few that do stand out and do make the difference. And this is truly what Overcast is about. It's about a simple, very simple game mode. What is the module? It simply allows you to place a wall somewhere and end a match. And look at what was happened. Look at Koth. At the beginning, Koth was just urban jungle. But now we have maps like Cosine, we have maps like Sequential, we have maps like Limbo. There are different, the amount of possibilities are endless. And the amount of possibilities I see with future modules and future stuff is amazing. It's spectacular. And I hope that map makers really look at the revisions of PGM, because sometimes not having as many modules is better than having a bunch. Because stuff like monument mode hacks and all that stuff is what drives innovation.
Honestly, what I want to see is this is kind of like weird, but a little bit more organized docs at Oc.Tc, where it like, instead of having like, it's say like regions, filters, have subcategories underneath that says like regions, circle, square, and whatnot, and the same for filters, so that way you can get a rundown of what things are, or maybe if you like hover over it or something, it like shows more, like as a little sidebar or something. Because a lot of these little features get unnoticed, and they only get used on like one map, but nobody knows because they don't focus on all these little features.
Like, Tebby, let's use the start using kill streak reward for speed
It-
pods.
It was intended that it was done a long time ago. However,
Yeah.
it's still innovated before the module came into existence. And in fact, uh, the only reason why kill streaks were pretty much ever added is because I asked for it to, because the map maker wanted it for the map. Now, of course, it took a long time to get this implemented, but it sure has. I mean, the module has actually exceeded my expectations. I was not aware there was going to be a filter, and I was blown out of my mind when I saw this possibility that not only can I filter people from their team now, I can filter people whether they have X amount of kills. And the amount of stuff you can do with that is extremely large. And I think filters itself have a big potential in future map making and XML. Honestly, I think every module from now on should have a filter option and be integrated within filters. So now I can have a proximity alarm that goes off whenever someone has 5 kills. So now there's a bounty system. So if you're on a TDM and you have over 10 kills, there are a bunch of fireworks spawning over you, and you get some new kit, and you get some new permission, you get grenades. I mean, the amount of possibilities with this are endless. And if we could make monument mode hacks and all this other stuff possible with the current modules we have, imagine the amount of stuff we can do with future modules that may come in the future.
Electroid.
So,
oh, you go first. I thought you were done. Sorry.
that's fine. So I caution all map makers to think outside the sphere and not really limit his or herself to the boundaries of a traditional map. One of the things that I always think of is maps only will be revolutionary for a certain period of time. RV2 has lasted its point to the breaking point where there is barely any more innovation. There is barely any more strategy because it's been examined, looked at, devoured, and changed 100 times by over 100 different tournament teams. And it's been exploited to the point that it's been exploited. And there's nothing more you can do. It's been in rotation for I don't know how long, before I've been here. And
Since June 2012.
Are we doing story time?
so ideally,
It is story time with Electroid.
So this map is outdated, and I assume the same will be for Boombox. There will be one day that maps like Boombox and Cosine and Data Station will be outdated. They will be exploited to the point that they can be exploitable, and they will be nothing. Many of the reasons why we see maps tank in rating is simply because you can do nothing else with the map. For instance, if you didn't know, you may think of Harb as an iconic, amazing, spectacular TDM, depending on your opinion. In fact, the map rating has tanked so low, it is near the verge of removing from the rotations.
Makes me cry every time.
I mean, you always have to remember that your map will only be successful for a certain amount of time. So what do you do in the meantime? You stay ahead of the curve. You're always ahead of the game. You're always thinking about that new innovative thing. You're always thinking about what's next, not what is happening now. So for people like me, and what I try to do for the map devs, is make them think about the future. Not about the bug that's now. Think about the game mode that's tomorrow. Think about the map that's next week. Think about the module that's a month from now. And it's important that we think about the future too. Of course, the past is in the present is very relevant, but you really need to you need to cultivate, you need to understand, and you need to predict the future. Because when you capture that niche, when you capture that idea, it's going to grow in so many ways you never thought of. When I was playing around with capture points and monument modes, I would have never found out that there were so many
What
possibilities.
is going? Why are there so many
And
people
there
here?
are so many possibilities that can be achieved. It's not something that's limited, it's not something that's stagnant. It's something that's dynamic, it's changeable, it's movable, and you have to be ahead of the curve. You can't be behind everyone. For the people that look at maps like cosine and data and even like RV and say, wow, I want to make what's better than that, it's the wrong mindset. What you really should be thinking of, wow, what's something that's untouched? What's something that needs improvement? What's something that I can think of that's new, that's innovative, and that is really just unique? A word I like to use is remarkable. It's something that people will remember. So, for instance, when you think of a map name, I always think of something that's remarkable. It's something that you can't forget. It's something that you can't really. It's hard to forget. It's something that's different than everything else. It's not X battle. It's not Y war. It's something else. It's, math. It's data. It's whatever.
Independence.
Alright, Electroid, I am currently sleepier than I was before I entered this channel, which is hard to do because I was very sleepy when I entered this channel. But,
You're
yeah,
sleepier?
I am more sleepy
You've been
thanks to your
preaching the
speech.
whole time.
Wow.
Keep it up. You're doing good. I'm proud of you. I'm going to bed. Goodbye.
Just because we made
Night.
a map, we deserve a speech.
Okay,
About map
speeches.
making.
So-
When this is probably the first map
I think
some people have ever
Vlog
made.
wouldn't see.
So
This is the
here's
first map
my,
I've
here's
ever
my new
made.
challenge to you.
Another
More
one?
challenge.
Oh my god.
Build another map.
Can
No.
my new challenge
This is no
first be
map.
go to sleep, then
This
wake
is-
up, and then do this challenge?
This is no map, and this is not something. This is something you should think about. Come back to me. There is no time frame. There are no rules. There is no limitation. I simply want you to tell me, what do you think?
About my new map.
Shut up.
Actually, I'm thinking of War Wars right now.
Are you gonna continue your sentence?
Suspense.
Because I have to
Can I go to bed or?
My
Mom's already yelled at me.
So I want to
My
hear this.
Dang
bedtime,
it.
hurry up!
I was gonna
He's
tell him
searching
something and he
Google
left.
again.
Dang it. Now I can't
Does he
tell
leave?
him.
Electro has to sleep, people. Good
Oh,
night.
that was my phone.
Night.
What?
He must have fell asleep.
No, sure.
He got bored
Okay,
of his own
continue,
speech.
Electroid.
Electroid, I have to go, please.
Yeah, please.
Bedtime story.
Okay.
Oh,
He did it for the
You're worse than
suspense.
Dragon Ball Z.
I've never heard of that, but okay. What arcade module do you want? Module. PGM module. I'm not talking about some game mode. I'm
You
talking about a module that can inspire different game modes, different stuff. So I want you to think about it. It has to be something that's not specific. We don't want like a Mario Kart module. We don't want a jetpack module. We want something that's like custom, and scripting is not one of the answers.
Super
So
Battle Royale.
so think about it. Get back to me. There is no time limit. There is no restriction.
Can I go to
and-
sleep?
Yes.
I got one right now.
Is a
Electroid.
PM system part of the module?
Electroid. Here's one right now. I've had this one idea for a while. You've probably heard it from me before. Put a clone module, like a / clone module, where you can like clone a structure from a certain spot onto another, or like a certain time frame, and maybe have like a repeatable task, or like you could just do animations. I think that would be taking things to the next level if you could animate like structures in game,
Interesting.
or make like
Yeah.
I've been having
So
this idea for my server, but I might as well share it.
A dynamic, a dynamic module to allow you to change blocks, change stuff in the map, based on time, based on like a completed objective,
Yes.
based on like kills, something like
Yes,
that, right?
have like animations
Okay.
pretty much
Like,
or you could like define it, but it would have to take up like so much
Waving
space in
trees.
XML. So, but here is my other
Schematic
idea.
supported.
This doesn't have to just be in game. What if in the lobby you could see like two giant statues fighting each other?
Whoa,
Sure.
I
That
mean,
would
like,
be.
that would be really hard. But if you
Wow.
could do like config and stuff, I think that would
You
look
could do that
really, really
client-side.
sick.
That
You'd
that
have to do
actually
it client side.
really
No, no,
I've
no, you
been
can't.
away
You cannot do
for so
blocks
long
client
that I
side.
Yes,
forgot
you
Already.
can.
how to
Yes, you can.
scheduling
Yes,
better
you
No,
can.
was
If
you
you
could.
do that,
They
that'd be
removed
like
that.
admin.
if you do
They-
that, that'd be like the most special
They removed it in
thing
1.8?
that on a server ever.
I'm 99% certain they removed it in 1.7.
Remove
Or do
what?
they not?
No, no,
Oh,
it's
no, they
wasted.
Oh,
It's
is it packets? I'm guessing.
Yeah, you have
No,
to.
wait,
You
wait,
have to use you have to use a. Was it? You have to use a method hack, just like a protocol hack to get it in. I'm
Oh, okay.
pretty sure.
Yes,
But
you
it
could
is.
do.
It is possible. It is possible. I know that.
You'd want to
That's
do it
why
client side because
Electroid,
that
I
way
think-
you could have people toggle it.
Yeah.
There's always like that one idea that's possible that if you push really hard, you can get it. And I
Yes.
think this is it because
Is
if
it
we can
worth
do this,
development time though?
Yes.
yes.
And
Would
like
you,
have
how much
fighting
different
guys in the
Overcast
lobby?
would be?
Electroid, would
Oh,
you like to
Electroid,
see
I have a
two
map for you
giant
to load.
statues, or have
Well,
like for
I think
Ghost
one of the
Squadron you could see
important
like
things is giving
you
map
could-
makers more tools rather than making a cool thing in the lobby. I think that
No.
was the lesson
Well-
learned with hologram.
It could-
Electroid. You could learn you can make a
Hashtag
flying
leave it to
ghost.
Astajiki.
You can make like a little ghost like flying around the lobby and call it Ghost Squadron Ghost. You could make like a person shooting an arrow at a person and then they like disappear, like represent rage or something like that. That'd be
Like-
really, really awesome, I
And
think.
then there could be things in game like I
Yo.
don't like
For
in
the
certain
arcade?
arcade
For the-
games.
for the
Like if
arcade,
you
you
have
could-
blocks moving.
For the arcade, you could have a giant arcade machine and have like Pac-Man playing on it or something, like an
Yes.
animated
Yes.
thing.
Yes.
I think that would be revolutionary. No other server I've
Um,
ever seen has done
the
that.
way-
What about Project
The
Ares?
thing with
What are
that
they
is,
gonna do with
though,
that?
The way you wouldn't want to do that is you wouldn't want to make huge big slides. It'd just have to be replace the changed blocks.
Well, you know what'd also be cool is if